In this video, I will show you how to make another element for 3D Dollhouse Quiet Book. You can find the link to this video above. The 3D garage consists of two toolboxes with a wrench, hammer, screwdriver and movable pliers. In the project we will also make a boy and a car detachable with Velcro, with a pocket at which the boy can be hidden. I sewed a mirror in the place of the glass. In the project, in addition to felt, I used transparent foil, mirror and buttons. You can find the patterns in my Etsy store. So let's get started. We will need stiff felt, scissors, vanishing markers, clips, Velcro tape, hole punch, snaps, snap button tool, transparent foil, mirror, long ruler and buttons. Prepare patterns with the title Base Page Part 1 and 2 and cut them out. Place patterns on light grey felt. Outline shapes with vanishing marker, then cut them out along the drawn lines. In these paper patterns, make holes in the places of dots. Place patterns on prepared elements so that they overlap, and draw dots in the place of holes. Arrange first part of the base page in this way and connect these 4 dots according to the pattern. In the place of this dot, we will make a hole at the end of our work, so remember not to sew any elements in this place. Prepare Velcro tape and Velcro pattern and make 5 pairs of Velcro with loop and hoop side. To prepare the base page, we will need 3 pairs of Velcro. The remaining elements we will use later. Place Velcro with a hoop side in the place of this dot and sew it along the edge. Arrange the second part of the base page in this way and sew Velcros with a hoop side in the place of these 2 dots. The remaining Velcros, all with a loop side, place on the rest dots and sew along the edge. Save this element for later. Prepare patterns with the title Garage Part 1 and cut out patterns to make Toolbox 1. Place them on the right color of felt, outline shapes and cut them out along the drawn lines. Prepare a bigger light blue element and place Velcro with a loop side a little below the center. Then sew along the edge. Arrange smaller light blue element in this way, then place yellow element in the middle and sew along the edge. The bottom thread is blue. Place dark blue element in the middle so that its upper edge touches the light blue element and sew it along the edge. The upper and lower threads are blue. Prepare a button with a diameter of 10 mm, put it here, and sew it with double light blue thread. Turn this element over, place the front of the toolbox in this place so that their bottom edges meet, fasten it with clips. We will start sewing from here to this place. At the beginning and end of sewing, sew forward and back and repeat 3 times. The upper and lower threads are blue. In the next step, place toolbox in the middle of the upper left part of the base page, 7 mm from the bottom edge, and draw the place where Velcro touches the base page. Then place Velcro with the hoop side in this place and sew it on. Next, please cut out the remaining pattern to make toolbox number 2. Place pattern on the foil and cut out its shape. It doesn't have to be very precise. Next, please cut out the inner shape. Place prepared pattern on dark blue felt and outline outer and inner shape with vanishing marker. Then cut it out. Place foil under this element, fasten it with clips, and sew both elements along the inside edge with blue thread. Turn this element over and cut off excess foil along the seam line. Then place toolbox in the middle of the upper right part of the base page at the same height as previous toolbox. You will start sewing from here to this place. At the beginning and end of sewing, sew forward then back and repeat 3 times. Prepare 4 small buttons, place them here and sew with double thread. Now please prepare patterns with the title Garage Part 2 and cut out patterns to make pliers. Place patterns on light blue and dark grey felt, outline shapes and cut them out along the drawn lines. Arrange grey elements in this way, place them on felt in the same color, and sew along the edge. The upper and lower threads are grey. Measure 12 mm from the bottom edge of both elements. Then place the light blue elements in this way so that the upper edges touch the drawn dot. And sew them along the edge. The bottom thread is grey. In the next step, cut off excess thread along the edge of the elements. Prepare this pattern and make hole in the place of dot. Place it on both gray elements so that they overlap and draw dot in the place of hole. In the next step, in the place of dot, make a hole. Choose the smallest size. Prepare one pair of snaps consisting of a plate and the second part with a flat surface, and also snap button tool. Arrange first element in this way, put the plate in the hole on the bottom and the second part on top. Take snap button tool, cover the snaps and press. Next, prepare the second pair of snaps consisting of a plate and the second part with a convex surface, and also snap button tool. Arrange the second element in this way, put the plate in the hole on the bottom and the second element on top. Take snap button tool, cover the snaps and press. And now you can attach them together. In the next step, cut off 3 patterns to make a branch. Place patterns on dark blue and dark gray felt, outline shapes and cut them out along the drawn lines. Place this element on dark gray felt and sew along the edge. The bottom thread is gray. Place the remaining elements here to cover the upper and lower edges of the previous element and sew them along the edge. The upper and lower threads are gray. At the next step, cut off excess thread along the edge of the branch. In the center of the circle, draw a dot and then make a hole in this place. Choose the largest size. In the next step, cut out patterns to make a hammer and screwdriver. Place patterns on right color of felt, outline shapes and cut them out along the drawn lines. Place gray elements on felt in the same color and sew along the edge. The upper and lower threads are gray. Put the remaining elements here and sew them along the edge with orange and red thread. The bottom thread is gray. Finally, cut off excess thread along the edge of the tools. Finally, cut out patterns to make a boy. Place patterns on right color of felt, outline shapes with vanishing marker, then cut them out. Place this paper pattern on beige felt and outline its shape with vanishing marker. Then place trousers and t-shirt here and sew them along the edge with grey and yellow thread. The bottom thread is white. In this paper pattern, make holes in the places of dots. Place it on head so that they overlap and draw dots in the places of holes. Prepare a small piece of black felt and a hole punch. Choose the largest size and make 2 circles. Place circles in the place of dots and sew them by hand with black thread. Below and on the sides, draw 2 dots. In this place, I will embroider cheeks with 2 double thread with French knot method. I explain how to do it step by step in another video, the link is at the top of the screen. Next, I will draw a smile and then embroider it with 2 black threads on the needle. Place the ears here so that they match the drawn line. Then the head on top. And sew head along the edge with white thread. The bottom thread is also white. Finally, place the hair here so that its top edge meets the top edge of the head, and sew it along the edge with orange thread. The bottom thread is white. At the end, cut off excess thread along the edge of the boy. Prepare patterns of the title Garage Part 3 and cut them out. Place them on right color of felt, outline shapes and cut them out along the drawn lines. To cut out small or complex patterns, you can also use interfacing fabric with glue. At the top of the screen you will find a video which I describe it step by step. In this paper pattern, make hole in the place of dot. Place it on blue elements so that they overlap and draw dot in a place of hole. Then place velcro with a loop side in this place and sew it along the edge. Place this pattern on the left side of the mirror and cut out its shape. It doesn't have to be very precise. Then cut out the inner shape. Place pattern on dark blue elements so that they overlap and trace the inner shape. Then cut it out. Place mirror under this element and fasten it with clips. Then sew both elements along the inside edge with blue thread. Turn this element over and cut off excess mirror along the seam line. Turn this element over. Place a red element in the middle. There is 10 mm from the bottom edge and fasten it with clips. Next, turn this element over. Place prepared elements in the middle, 10 mm from the upper edge, and sew along the edge with blue thread. The bottom thread is also blue. Place orange element in the middle, 3 mm from the bottom edge, and sew it on. On the sides and a little above, place yellow circles and sew them along the edge. The remaining circle place here and sew it along the edge. Prepare a small button, place it here and sew with double thread. Turn this element over, place car wheels in the middle and fasten it with clips. Place prepared elements here. We will start sewing from here to this place. At the beginning and end of sewing, sew forward and back and repeat 3 times. The upper and lower threads are blue. Prepare the last two elements, put the red one in the middle and sew it along the edge. Finally, place it here to cover the bottom edge of the blue element and sew it along the edge. The bottom thread is blue. Finally, cut off excess thread along the edge of the car. Place car in the middle of the lower right part of the base page and draw the place where Velcro touches the base page. Then place the last Velcro with the hoop side in this place and sew it on. Now we can finish the base page. Arrange parts of the base page in this way. Turn this element over. Place it in the middle. And sew along these two lines. From here to this place and from here to this place. The upper and lower threads are gray. In the next stage, we will start sewing from this place 2 mm to the left of this line, then sew along this line to this place, then along the edge to this place, 2 mm to the right of this line, then along this line up to this place. The upper and lower threads are gray. In the next step, cut off excess felt along the edge of the base page. At the end, cut along this drawn line from here to this place. Be careful not to cut the seams. If you want to attach this page to the second pages of 3D Dollhouse Quiet Book, make hole in the place of this dot. Choose the largest size. The garage room is ready. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to make basic version of 3D dollhouse with kids room, kitchen, bathroom and garden, click on this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.